Well, hi. I remember that people love makeup vlogs, and I kind of wanted to just vlog in general. But I don't know if people will watch just a vlog. So I figured it would be fun for me to be really non-binary and be playing with some of this new makeup that my friend gave to me. And it'll be very experimental because I haven't been doing makeup in a long time. I kind of lost all my makeup like a year or so ago, and the rebuild has been very slow and very expensive, so I kind of just haven't been doing it. But I wanted to play with this and talk about being non-binary a little bit and being trans and and my like kind of confusions with it. So we'll see how this goes. This is the first time I've ever doing something like this. So we're just gonna start off with some of this, I don't know, foundation or something. Little color correcting on some of my little spots. Oh my gosh, look at that. And now you can't even tell that my skin was irritated. So that's pretty cool. But you know, I don't know. I have a lot of really weird feelings about makeup in general. Let me get some of this under eye darkness. Okay, I remember being like 18 or something, working my first like real job, and one day my coworker came in and I was just like, "Oh, Kenya, you look tired. Are you okay?" Oof, I didn't know how horrible of a thing that is to say to a woman. She goes, "No, I'm literally just not wearing makeup." And I was just like, oh, it just made a lot of shit make sense in this like really kind of like sad and fucked up way, where it's just like, oh, there's like this crazy expectation on women to be beautiful all the time, and if they're not, they're punished. You look tired. Do you need to go home? Are you having a bad day? Something like that. Oh, hey, Mish. Hey, buddy. So, okay, so that's pretty messed up. And then, so like coming into my like transness and like experimenting with gender, I don't know, that's like a really big part of it, is just like, oh, if I want to be perceived as a woman, if I want to be feminine, it's like there's all this stuff you got to do, and it's kind of crazy. And it's like, as a man, you don't have to do anything. Like, I don't know. I think a lot about hair. Okay, right now, I need a haircut pretty bad. And today I just have my hair down because whatever. But I have thought about it a lot in the ways that hair is different for men and women, in the sense of like, for years, I was always just like, oh, I want a feminine haircut. If only I had a feminine haircut, because then I could finally start avoiding those 70s rocker allegations. Oh, was that way too much bronzer on the side of my nose? I don't know. I'm going off some like super basic ideas about what, where things are supposed to go. So, excuse me. Let's put way too much highlighter on my nose. Okay, and you gotta get it in the T-zone. You gotta get it in the T-zone. You gotta get that Cupid's bow. You gotta get this kind of space. And this is I'm kind of just operating off stuff that I sort of remember from when I started getting into it. I was kind of dating a makeup girly, and she sort of told me some stuff, and I had some friends who were makeup girlies, and they told me some stuff. So we're kind of just operating off this old knowledge that, you know, like there's also makeup trends, which is really weird. And it's just like, oh, like maybe I'm operating off of like what you're supposed to do like 7 years ago or something, because that's when I started learning. I already feel really shiny, maybe too shiny. So anyways, yeah, and like there was this period of my life about 2 years ago where I was like hardcore pursuing like a traditional MTF type of transition, male to female, duh. And like that was pretty cool sometimes. There are things that I really liked about it, and that I still like about when I do embody femininity. that are really fun. Okay, I'm gonna do my favorite part right now, which is blush. I always thought if I could do like 2 things of makeup in general, it would be like blush and eyeliner. Those are the things that with like a small amount of effort make me feel like something big is happening, some big change, and really looking kind of feminine. Okay, these are all eyeshadows, so this is like not supposed to be blush, but I'm kind of using it as that because I don't have anything else. And already I feel like, whoa, I feel like I look like some kind of porcelain doll a little bit, which that's kind of the point, right? But what the heck? Why do we want our women to look like dolls? We should want our women to look like humans. Whoops, went way too deep down there. Anyways, and so like being feminine was really fun, but it made me become super duper hyper aware of like my body and my face and like my appearance at all times. And that really drove me crazy. And specifically for me, this is one of the real big things that got me to be back to like, oh wait, I'm non-binary, is I started getting laser beard removal. And then I was just like, wait, this is making me feel really crazy. It's like painful and expensive. And actually I love having facial hair. I love being hairy in general. Right now, my shit is pretty short because, I don't know, like a week ago or something, I just sort of semi-impulsively shaved. I was like, maybe I could just be a trans girl again. And maybe I just didn't give it like a fair shot. And I don't know, sometimes I still feel like that. I have a feeling that my gender is gonna take me a bunch of crazy directions. But for now, oh wait, I need some blush on my nose too. E-girl time, that just looks brown. I don't know if I'm doing it right. Also because this is, once again, not blush. So that's that. Ooh, but I do like the eyebrows. The eyebrows getting dark. Okay. Oh, I had this thought. I'm gonna try this. Once again, this is eyeshadow and this is not really meant for this, but I kind of want to try mixing some in with my beard. And because like I said, my beard is really short right now because I kind of shaved it. And then I was like, wait, I don't know if I really wanted to do that. So now we're gonna try to fill it in and thicken it out. Wow, that already kind of made like a huge difference, right? Am I crazy? I feel like my mustache today was not looking that thick and full. And now, whoo, hot damn. Silver Lake he they out here, steal yo bitch. Just kidding. Can we talk about they mabs for a second? That's actually what I really want to do with this is, we have a lot of they fab discourse, at least, especially in like trans girl circles, which like, yeah, the past few years, a lot, probably like a majority of my friends have been trans women, which is awesome. I love trans women, for so many reasons that I'm not going to get into right now. But anyways, there's a lot of they fab discourse. There's a lot of talk about like, you know, this sort of, I'm gonna be so messy with my language here. Cancel me, I don't care. There's not good ways to talk about this yet. And if there is, please let me know in some comments or something, because I really would love better language to talk about this. I'm non-binary. I don't really want to be talking about non-binary people and like reinvent the binary. They mab, they fab. However, there's no they mab discourse. No one ever talks about they mabs. I think if a guy comes out as non-binary, it's either there's like the two assumptions. It's either one, that's a trans woman who's like not all the way, who's like still on her way to getting there, which is true for a lot of people. Or it's like, that's just like, I don't know, a man who wants to appear woke or something, to be able to sleep with they fabs or something, to be able to sleep with woke women. I don't know. That just feels like the only kind of they mabbery that I see out there. And I would love to be proven wrong. And you know what? I am proving that wrong by being myself. Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't know yet. I don't know yet where my gender might end up, if it's going to end up anywhere. But it's like, there's a lot that I love about femininity, and there's a lot that I love about masculinity. And I don't see why I should have to pick just one. Let's blend more of this into the beer. Let's really make her look full. Let's make it look like it's already been a month or whatever. I don't know how well this is working, because it's like it's got to get on the skin, but I think it's just getting caught on the hair. But whatever, it's kind of fun. I'm like a drag king right now. You know, that was one thing that I really felt was being a trans woman, and then kind of like going back just a little bit. You know, it's hard, again, the language. There's not really a way to say, because I don't really think of myself as like a detransitioner. I don't know, detransition I think is really stigmatized. A lot of detransitioners end up being like picked up into some right-wing grift of like, oh, I was misled into doing this thing and now it's like irreversible and like blah, blah, blah. And it's like, well, yeah, that's what they told me at the doctor's office. And even if there's like some stuff that I'm like, maybe I shouldn't have done that, or like maybe, yeah, like maybe I do have some regrets over like certain things, but they told me and I made that decision as an adult. So whatever. Lots of people make decisions that they later don't agree with, and like that's fine. People should have that right. I might be done with this palette for now. There's a lot of things in here that I don't really know how to use. This one, look, this, I'm about to test it out. This might be one of those ones where it's like green, but then it turns red. Oh, no, it's kind of just brown. I don't really know. I used to have one of those greens that turned red. Lost it. How sad. But anyways, I'm really here to, oh, you know what? Smoky eye, because I'm wearing this black. Oh, by the way, shouts out Grub Lord, sick ass band from New Hampshire. I almost said New Haven, Connecticut, and then I almost said New Hampshire, Connecticut, but New Hampshire is in New Hampshire. I like cut up the sleeves, cut off the neck, cut off the bottom, because I've been having a lot of fun experimenting with modding my clothes. Highly recommend. Super duper fun. So smoky eye. For a smoky eye, do I just put black around my eye? That seems to make sense, but I don't know if there's like some more magic or trickery to it. Or if I should use any of these other colors. You should probably put on a light before a dark, right? I think that's how that works. So yeah, so I just want to see more like they mabbery. I want to see more, and like, I don't know, not just on like TikTok. Sometimes my friends send me TikToks of like a they mab, and like it's cool, don't get me wrong. Like I just saw one where it's like, I don't know, it was kind of funny. It's like, if boys weren't meant to wear crop tops and skirts, then why do I look like this in it? And like then zooms back and is like, I don't know, kind of looked cunty, kind of looked silly. I don't know how I felt about that one. I think it was a meme, but I'm not sure. But anyways, I feel like maybe I see some non-binary AMAB discourse going around. Yeah, like TikToks where it'll just be like one guy or something like that. And of course I'm calling them a guy, like whatever. I don't know. I think of myself that way sometimes, non-binary guy. Because I'm really non-binary, and I really am coming from like the, I don't know, like the perspective of a guy. I don't know, there were certain things that I really felt like when I was really trying hard to live as a woman, I just like couldn't embody. And one of those things was being badass. That's, whoa. I feel like this just blended with something else that was on there. Oh, looking kind of cool so far. But anyways, of course, this is just gonna be the base layer. Ooh, little yellow popping out from like under the smoke. You know, that's gonna look cool. Wait, I'm gonna go back. I forgot one place that I needed to put highlighter. Actually, two places, but that are, well, I'm pretty sure you're supposed to put a little bit under the eyebrow and then put a little bit on top of the eyebrow. And I think I think that's supposed to make your shit like, bow, bow. Yeah, let's, bow versus, Dude, makeup is pretty fun. I forgot how fun it could be. Most of the time I feel like I don't have the time, but today I have a day where not much is going on, and that is wonderful because I've had so much going on lately. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Wow. Ugh, I wish I had lipstick. I used to have such cute lipsticks. Okay, now we're gonna go hit him with that smoke. Yeah, what was I saying? Basically, yeah, I would love to see more Daymab shit. I just want there to be, I don't know, I want to feel legible. I want to feel recognized and seen in public when I go out. I've been thinking a lot, I don't know, something about being trans just makes you really, really like vigilant and aware of like gender in the world and about like how you're perceived. And maybe that's also is just part and parcel of being a woman. I think men don't pay that much attention or care as much to how they're perceived. Not that they don't at all, but it's like kind of like with the story from the beginning. It's less, men are a lot less like punished for not adhering to beauty standards, because it's just like, oh, men are just like doing stuff. But right, it's like that objectivity versus subjectivity. Men are the subjects, they get to do. Women are objects, they're like enacted upon, and one of those actions is perceiving them. So even as I like to embody my masculinity a lot more now, whoa, that looks kind of cool. I still think a lot about how I'm perceived as, you know, like, I don't know, it's like, do people see a man? Do they see a trans person? Do they see a gay guy? That's something I think about a lot. You know, living in LA, there are a lot of gay men around, and you know, as a kid, like, you know, they would call me gay and stuff, call me all kinds of slurs. You know how it goes when you are a teenage boy in like 2008 or whatever who's gender non-conforming, and like they really were just picking up on some level of gender non-conformity, but like trans wasn't even on the docket yet, so they were just like, oh, Yali's a faggot. Ugh. And like that was pretty lame of them. I mean, it turns out they were kind of correct. They just thought I was a boy faggot and not a girl faggot. Being a lesbian mostly rocks, except for when you're a fucking Daymab, and it's just like, ooh, do lesbians see me? Can lesbians see me as like a feminine person and as someone who is trying to be away from like the male gaze and like cis and like hetero society? Or are they just like, that's a man trying to get into my space, right? Like that's the sort of shit that's like in my head all the time, that I'm really, that I think about too much. It sucks. It sucks to be so hyper aware of how, let me do this in this mirror, of how you're maybe perceived. No, we could do it over here. Man, mascara always scares me to put on just a little bit. Oh, is that why they call it mascara? Ah, nice. You know, I probably could invest in like a setting spray or a primer or something at some point, because I feel like all this color on my lid is gonna fall right off, and then it'll be all up over here. Whatever. Oh, the top, harder to do. So yeah, it's like, how am I perceived? You know, sometimes I wonder if people think that I'm a gay man, but I'm like, I don't dress like a gay man at all. Look. Ta-da. What gay man you ever seen who looked like this? Oh, I would love if these were like 2 or 3 inches higher waist, then I would be, but anyways, Okay, the biggest thing that I'm noticing that I don't like is there's like, yeah, like I said in the beginning, I put too much bronzer on my nose, huh? I don't really know if this is a smoky eye. Let's see. I'm gonna get my eyeliner. One sec. Okay, hi. We have NYX Epic Ink Liner. Oh, I forgot to do that for these. NYX Ultimate Edit Morphe X Kathleen Lights. Oh, and I brought this over. Oh, this is from Daiso. LA Colors High Shine. I might try putting this on my lips in a minute. Or I'm not might. I'm gonna do it because this is just a makeup vlog and I'm just having fun. Anyways, being my gender is so weird, and sometimes I really love it a lot and sometimes I really hate it a lot because being non-binary, like, people just don't know what to do. People, you know, queer people get it, and that's awesome. Oh, that looks pretty good for a first shot. And the fact that I'm doing it in the phone is pretty difficult to really see things. Oops. Well, you know, the nice thing with the winged eyeliner is when you go too big, you just have to make the rest really big. So fuck it, we're going ham. Oh, and then you know what I have? Where did I put it? Oh. Whoa, wait. And this dries off my eyeline so it doesn't smudge. And then you get to see my hair do a funny. Ooh, honestly, fucking great wing for doing it in my phone, first try. Let's see if I can match it. Oh geez, where was I at with my discourse? I love a discourse. Mario when talking about his favorite track to race on. Oh, you know what I could use is like a blending brush or even just brushes, applicator brush. I swear, I used to have all this stuff. Don't know where any of it went. How sad, how sad. Buy my music so I can buy makeup. Link in description. Wow, this has been all over the place, which is fine because it's just the first one. Oh, that's like totally the wrong angle. Oh well, we're just gonna rock with it. Tonight, I'm gonna rock it tonight. Yeah, so basically, I don't know. I was just thinking because, you know, every once in a while, I'll just be feeling my weird little non-binary thoughts and I'll think like, oh, let me go on YouTube and like see what other non-binary creators are talking about. And most of the time, it's like I kind of said, it's either is a they fab, which is fine. They have their own particular version of a non-binary experience, but I just do think that it is different because there is a lot more like social support, just in the way that like women have a lot more social support than men. Women support each other. Women have more like community vibes and stuff like that. Men are very much more like isolated or like individualized. Ooh, can we get this sharper? And maybe bring it up a little bit. Yeah, that looks pretty good. They definitely don't match angles, but that's okay. Wow, I look so different from what I look like with no makeup. Cute! I think I might be pretty much done with this look. Oh, you know what? Oh, I said I was gonna do this lipstick stuff, which is a totally different color, and I feel like I remember that this stuff is just kind of weird, so, but we'll see. But yeah, I like look up content and I just don't really find what I'm looking for. So I figured maybe I gotta be the change that I want to see. Okay, I'm applying this messily, but I do like the color. Oh, I hate this little applicator brush. Like I said, this one's from Daiso, so this probably cost me $1.50, maybe $2. Actually, let's clean up these lines. I didn't even get my Cupid's bow. Ugh, sickening, sickening, sickening. But yeah, so I thought I would just try my hand at making some of the type of content that I would like to see. And I have a lot of thoughts on trans discourse, specifically like trans femme discourse, you know. I'm not a trans guy, although, I was kind of saying that, kind of getting back to it, like I feel like a trans guy in some ways, where it's just like, oh, how do I embody masculinity? But also, how do I find these sort of positive elements of masculinity? Because I feel like, you know, trans guys are coming from this like world where they were perceived as like women and stuff, and you know, women have a lot of usually very like pretty justified like male hate, you know, whatever. Men fuck over women a lot, women fuck over men a lot, everyone fucks over everyone a lot. Humans are real messy. That's kind of a bummer, but yeah, it's kind of cool talking to like my trans guys and seeing like how they're like, yeah, like a lot of shit with like, you know, the patriarchy and like traditional masculinity is fucked up. But there's all this cool stuff in masculinity that like, if we could just figure out a way to embody in like a non-toxic way, can be really awesome. Because there really is like, you know, dudes rock. Dudes just like do stuff and don't really think about it too much. Not so worried about like, you know, what people will think. And yeah, like men are just like taught and allowed to be way more confident. And that's something that always really bummed me out, even like before I knew anything about gender expansiveness. Ugh, what's going on down here? This line is really not agreeing with me, but okay, that's like good enough. Would you fuck me? Hey, Mish. My little kitty cat wants in on the action. Wow, I've been like so all over the place, so excuse me. And if you have listened to this whole rant, then God bless you. I do want to have more of these type of things. I think it would be very fun. I think it could be very fulfilling. I would love to find some sort of like community of people who are kind of like talking about, yeah, like non-binary, especially the they mab aspect of it. Well, being like, yeah, like I want to express like this feminine side of me, but I'm not necessarily a woman, but I'm not necessarily a man. Also for me, I'll just say it, I feel like a lot of the they mabs that I do meet who aren't just like trans women or like woke guys, I feel like a lot of them are like formerly gay men. So like a gay non-binary gay guy. Much love to him, but it's not me. I love women. I am very sapphic. I'm very lesbian. Recently, my friend told me that I'm one of the most lesbian people she knows, which at the time I was like, oh, how sweet. But I don't know if that was a compliment. I think it was a little bit of a drag. So yeah, so I basically just want to like see who's out there, see maybe someone could see this and relate a little bit to my experience. That would be pretty cool, of just being like non-binary and like maybe trying trans femininity, but then realizing it wasn't really for them. Hey Mish, you want to be on camera? Realizing it wasn't necessarily for them, but still embodying some kind of transness, and it is confusing. Ooh, you like the smell? Oh, your nose is on it. Your nose is gonna be purple, Mish. I hope it's non-toxic. Okay, thank you. I'm gonna cut it off here. I love you very much. Actually, I don't know you, so I reserve my right to have my emotions. Whatever. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Oh, final shot. Just wanted to do a whole thing with the lighting and the angles, just to show you lighting and angles and shadow and like this and that makes such a big difference. In some of these moments, I think I look incredible. In some of these moments, I think I look kind of silly. And you know what? Oh, here's where I'll leave it off. Okay, this is something a friend told me a little bit ago. I was kind of feeling this thing where I was kind of talking about how, you know, I was like leaning into trans femininity, and then I kind of pulled back, and I was like, sometimes I feel like a gender traitor for not doing trans femininity. Because, you know, like I said, I have a lot of trans girlfriends, and sometimes I feel like my thoughts about my gender could like invalidate their ideas about their gender, which like, that's fine. That's their gender. This is my gender. It's just for me. So I told my friend, I was like, sometimes I feel like a gender traitor, and that doesn't feel very good because I don't want, I don't know. I just don't want trans people to be like, that person's making a mockery of what we're doing. Some shit like that. But my friend told me that I'm a gender explorer and I'm just doing things my own way. And I think that is maybe like the coolest non-binary thing. And also I really like this metaphor because an explorer does not always find what they're looking for. So I'll leave you with that. May you explore gender and try to pursue pleasure, follow what feels good. And that's it. Thank you. This is your mom, dad, big sibling, Yali, signing off.